So here I am, 2 straight days on the Landsblog. You know where I'm going on this case? Do you know? 2 straight days on the daily Landsblog, and I don't have a polo shirt on. Yeah, Case, you didn't think I noticed? That little description you wrote where it was time for me to change things up? Was that like you couldn't say?
I've said it in person.
That's a good point, you know. That wasn't like you were writing behind my back because you didn't have the guts. So am I doing better? You know, I only actually have 2 kinds of shirts. The polo shirt, which I consider being dressed up, it's like, wow, these are my formal clothes. And then there's the t-shirt, of which I probably have 250. So I believe that we have taken care of this matter. I hope we put it to rest. Yesterday on the Daily Landsblog, I said that there was an actor that I really respected, and I felt that she was changing the world. I didn't say it was a she, but it is a she. And let me start with an admission, and it's not something I'm that proud of, but I'm going to be honest. There's a show called Nashville. And I kind of scoffed at Nashville. But I thought, you know what? Just not the kind of show that I would watch. But then one of my children started watching this as a series. And I'm going, oh, God, that looks terrible. But then just sort of sitting in the background doing some work, it kind of caught my eye. So I got hooked on Nashville, watched all 5 series on Netflix, or seasons, 4 seasons. That's my daughter Casey putting up the fingers, 4 seasons. So I'm not going to tell you which kid it was, but Casey did alert me to that. And I thought it was great. I really did. And I don't want to say that we celebrated in my house the day we heard that it was coming back on CMT, but it was a pretty big deal. One of the storylines in it over, I guess the last season, Case, was Hayden Panettiere's character, Juliet. And, oh God, I know so much about the show. Why? Why am I talking about this? And she suffered in the series. First of all, she had a baby. She was pregnant in the series and pregnant in real life. And she suffered from postpartum depression. And it blew her life up. And it took her in all kinds of directions. And I thought they did a really good job of portraying it. And what I didn't know was that at the same time in real life, she was suffering from postpartum depression as well. And that good for them for making it into a storyline. But, you know, as an actor, it's easy to play something. Well, I'm not an actor, but I understand that it's easy to play a character. It doesn't mean that it's not like you're coming out of the closet to play a character who's suffering from something and it's a big step. It's just a role. But Hayden Panettiere is suffering from it. In fact, has now been to a facility full time for an extended period of time. And I was reading about her, and I didn't know any of this, but this is what she said on her Twitter page. The postpartum depression I have been experiencing has impacted every aspect of my life. Rather than stay stuck due to unhealthy coping mechanisms, I have chosen to reflect holistically on my life and my health. She went into a clinic. I was always so terrified that people weren't going to accept me. I finally just went. I'm tired of living afraid. I'm tired of living in fear of what people are going to think. So, you know, I'm just going to put it all out there on the table, and I'm not going to worry about judgment. And I say, unbelievable job, because there are so many women. I was going to say it's so not uncommon, but the truth is that it's not uncommon, or you could say it's reasonably common for a woman to suffer. And it's not always as severe as that, but it's still from the same category. It's still shameful for so many people to come out and say that. And then you read it and you think, well, why would she be ashamed by that? And the answer is because we still believe somehow that in the case of postpartum depression, she should celebrate the joy. Come on, look at your baby. And it's the same thing for you and for me in our own lives. People would say to me, well, you know, actually they wouldn't say it, but they would think it. Come on, Michael, you have so many great things in your life. You have so much to celebrate. You have everything, and that's true. But you can have everything in your life. Everything can be wonderful, and you can suffer from cancer. It's not going to protect you from that, and it doesn't protect you from mental health issues. So I say, Hayden Panettiere, 26 years old, baby, everyone telling her, be happy, celebrate, that she had the guts, first of all, to go for treatment, but second of all, to tell everyone about it. I can guarantee you, she changed lives and she saved lives. And that's what we want to do here on SickNotWeak.com. It's all we want to do. It's a pretty tall order, but it's not actually that complicated, because what we need to do it is to simply say this. Hi, I'm Michael Landsberg. And you know, I have many things in my life that are wonderful and blessings that are great. But I also suffer from a mental health problem. That mental health problem is depression. And when it hits me, it has nothing to do with what's going on around me. No matter how much I appreciate my surroundings and my blessings, it hits me because it's a sickness, not a weakness. And if you suffer, you should know that there's others who will help you if you come out and share. Because if you keep it inside, then you're sending yourself this message that you have something to be ashamed of. You don't. You are sick, but you are not weak. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. You really want to know about that other day, don't you? That one day when we're not there for you.